A British Airways plane bound for London has caught fire at Las Vegas airport, forcing the evacuation of 172 people on board on emergency slides. Airport officials said at least 14 people were taken to hospital with minor injuries. U.S. Federal Aviation Administration spokesman Ian Gregor said the left engine of the Boeing 777-200 caught fire before takeoff. The plane was seen engulfed in flames and smoke. The fire was later put out. In a statement, British Airways said the aircraft experienced a technical issue as it was preparing for takeoff. In a distress call, the plane's captain asked for the airport's emergency services, Speedbird Mayday Mayday. Speedbird 2276 request fire services. Speedbird 2276 heavy. We are evacuating on the runway. We have a fire, repeat, we are evacuating. He adds. The pilot later told passengers that the accident was the result of a catastrophic failure of the engine, reports The Guardian's Jacob Steinberg, who was on board the plane. We looked out the window and for the first time saw smoke near the wing. We could smell it. It was like burning rubber, bitter and deeply unpleasant. And it was time to panic. Most pilots will go through their whole career without having to deal with an emergency like this, but it's always on their minds. During every inch of a takeoff, they are constantly thinking, if something happens, what would we do? They'll have discussed it before each flight too, talking through each possible emergency scenario and how they would handle it. And they'll have practiced it every 6 months or so in the simulator, aborting takeoffs. Above 180 miles per hour, 290 kilometers per hour, they would be forced to take off in this kind of plane, no matter what the problem was, because there is not enough runway to stop. Below that speed they have to make split-second decisions. How bad is it? Do we throw on the brakes? Do we evacuate? This flight was traveling at around 89 miles per hour when they decided to abort. One experienced airline pilot told me that this BA crew seems to have reacted in a textbook fashion, getting everyone off quickly and safely. Flight 2276 was bound for London's Gatwick Airport. There were 159 passengers and 13 crew members on board. A spokesman for Rolls-Royce told Reuters